Cheers to you. Oh, look, my cute little ghost. I forgot. Okay. All right. So, honestly, I'm on here to talk to you about a few of the things. I was talking about irritations of our own creation earlier. And I'm sitting there going, okay, well, I've noticed that one of my biggest irritations was Microsoft and all the updates and all the stuff, the spyware, the everything, and under the guise of security. So I asked you to go do some research on that, and here's a few things that I have found. I asked a few months ago because I absolutely do not like Microsoft or Google and have not, because I know of all their tracking devices and spyware and how easy it is to pinpoint your location and da 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 da. All right, so a few months ago, I'm like, I really wish there was someone other than Microsoft, because I don't want to do updates. I don't want to go to Windows 11. That just doesn't sound good to me at all, where they can, I mean, not that they weren't already recording absolutely everything that you did, you said, you heard, you looked at, you, how you did it, how many clicks you did, just all the stuff. Everybody in your whole family, if they were in front of your camera, your computer, your phone, your TV, your whatever, they had your smart TV. Okay. So, I mean, even your freaking phones take a picture of you every 5 seconds and you don't know it, and you easily just go share all your stuff. And I'm like, I don't want my photo taken, so please don't show me your screen. And people just think I'm crazy, but if you did your research, you'd find out that's exactly what happens. So, I want there to be something other than Microsoft. And there is something other than Microsoft, and it is called Linux. And you might have to learn a few things, but it makes your life a little easier and a little more, you even feel the difference, because I have a couple of computers in my house, and I have not really toyed with Linux enough to know exactly what it does. However, I have successfully downloaded Ubuntu from Linux to a computer. And let me tell you, even the energy coming off of that is so much nicer. It's just so much nicer. If there's any kind of updates that need to be done, they're asking me, they're just not automatically doing it. They're not spying on me. They're not doing all that stupid stuff. Okay. Do I have all the frills and chills of Microsoft? Maybe not, but I still have an office, and I still have a private email, and I still have all the stuff. Like, although they do have, I think it's Thunderbird email. I could be incorrect on that, but I know Proton Mail is a secure email to go to. And yeah, you can't get on YouTube unless you have a Gmail, because I've been fighting that for a minute. I used to have Hotmail and it was fine, and they let me on it, and now they're like, no, you can't get on there. So every time I sign out, I have to call somebody to, not only do I have to put in my email, but I have to call somebody to give me a number, a confirmation code to put in there so that I can sign back in. And I'm like, why do I need all these forms of stuff? Like, I don't even have a cell phone. So what? So if you don't have a cell phone, you can't use YouTube, which is okay, because they spy on absolutely everything you do anyway. Anywho, the problem with YouTube is, if I wanted to reach people, that's where I have to go, because nobody knows about all the other stuff. Nobody knows about MeWe. Nobody knows about Rumble. Nobody knows about all those other alternatives that you could be playing on and not be spied on as much as YouTube. So let's get back to. So I downloaded Ubuntu, and I thought, well, you know, we're here. I know I'm a little more secure, and yes, they may pay attention to what I watch, but they're not going to be paying attention to whether or not what clicks I'm making, or if I'm looking away, or if I'm talking to somebody, or pausing my video to hear my conversation because I'm talking too low. So I thought I'd watch a video. Oh my goodness, 25-minute video. Took 40 minutes to watch because of all of the ads, and I was just dumbfounded. for real. Like all the subliminal stuff that comes through those videos, those ads, those commercials, and just the contradictoriness of it all. And then the visuals that are thrown in there that you don't want to see. It reminded me of some crazy uh, mirror show that I watched when it first came out. Like, I'm like, yeah, I didn't continue to watch it. That shit was messed up. But where he was forced to watch the ads and they're going, oh, you're not looking. I'm like, is that what they're doing to us? Oh, you're not looking at your ad. You need to actually look at the ad. We're going to continue to play if you're not looking at the ad, which is why I think you end up with 4 ads instead of 2. But, you know, that's a story for another day. It's just all the spyware. So here's one of these things that you could actually do to help you out, to help your, because you have no idea the commercials your kids are seeing if you're letting your children on YouTube. You don't want to be bombarded with all that stuff. And yeah, I see you have an option to skip, but you can only skip so many. And I remember being at a friend's house year and a half, 2 years ago or something, and they had YouTube playing, and all these ads kept popping up. And I'm like, well, why aren't you pausing it? Why aren't you muting it? Why aren't you? Because you've become dumbed down to all of that stimulation, all of that schismness, all of that. If you're tired of all that stuff, go to download a Brave browser. Brave has an ad blocker. You can actually watch a film without all of those ads. You can do it, and you don't have to force yourself through what Microsoft and YouTube throw you into. You have choice, just like Linux. There are several different servers. Yes, it is basically Linux, but there are there's other things besides Ubuntu. You can get on YouTube and you can look all the Linux servers, and they will give you a brief description of all of them and let you know what would best fit you. And then there are other people you can go to find out exactly how to do that. You have to download it onto a thumb drive. And of course, you know, if you don't know a whole lot about thumb drives, then thumb drives come in and they do a fat 32 gigabyte or something, which only gives you like 4 gigabytes of space on the thing. And there's, once you plug it in, you have a a choice. You can change it, and I can't remember what it's called. TDSL, or I don't even know what the letters are at this point. My apologies. But it allows everything to compress on your thumbnail so you can actually get your Linux, whatever you choose, to get on there. Again, I chose Ubuntu. And Ubuntu? I don't even know. You'd have to look. It is a server that allows you on the internet, and it is an open source server. Now, personally, I like the idea of being with one that is with a company and not just a community base built in, because you don't know who all's in the community. And if it's with my idea is a corporation or a company, they're testing out the stuff, the different downloads, before they throw it out there for you to download on your computer. So you make sure there is no malware, right? So you don't have to worry about your security or whether somebody is selling your email or any of that stuff. So, or spying on you, you know, watching everything you're doing, or getting into your bank account, or you don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to worry about any of what Microsoft is doing. And if you don't know what Microsoft is doing with their new spyware, you might want to become aware and do some research for real. I would not want my children to be messing with that. And honestly, I'm thinking about trying to buy my own router that has a VPN so that if anybody was to be over here, not that I have Wi-Fi, but if they were to connect to my Ethernet cord, that would also be safe, and they cannot decide, oh, hey, you're on regular Microsoft, so I recognize this email and I can pinpoint it here and we know what's going on, and so then we can filter through this computer. No, 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 no. And that's happened with Microsoft already. A friend has come in and decided to look up a site and use their email, and then all of a sudden all kinds of shit was happening on my computer, and I'm like, what? the hell is this? But it's simply because they had a Gmail that is hooked to Microsoft, and Microsoft has then gained access to all kinds of stuff on my computer because they put it in there that apparently they're allowed to do it, and a lot of us don't know what they're doing. And you got to do your research, guys. You need to start doing your research. If you want to stay on Microsoft, stay on Microsoft. You want those updates. You don't care if they're spying and seeing what you say and hearing what you do, and computers on and you're walking through the room having a conversation about Uncle Jim and they know exactly what's going on. Well, you know what? They can pinpoint Uncle Jim. So, you know, it's all up to you. I don't want Google and Microsoft spying on my life. I don't have anything to hide, but I don't want them to know everything that's going on. I don't need them to know when I'm making cookies or if I'm doing a pumpkin pie or if I'm frustrated because my plants are dying or what's going on with my chickens or any of that. Whether or not I got a pimple on my butt. Microsoft does not need to know, okay? So Ubuntu is where I went. And so far, I'm really liking Ubuntu. I mean, it does have some basic games on there. If you're big, they actually have some servers that are really great for gamers. You just have to do your research and see what would best suit you. They have stuff, Linux has servers for freaking big companies as well, you know? So it's just mind-blowing. This has been around since 93, really took off, I guess, somewhere around 2016, and I am just now hearing about it. And I do all kinds of research, and I'm like, what? I mean, okay, mind you, I have heard different words and different things, but I had not ever connected it to being a completely different server. So the first thing you need to do, you're tired of all the stupid ads, you're tired of being bombarded with a bunch of crap, get on Brave. You can download Brave, and you will be absolutely amazed that when you go to watch something on YouTube or Rumble or any of those other places, I don't know about TikTok because I don't do TikTok, but you're not bombarded with all those ads. You don't start in the first 20 seconds, they decide, oh, we're going to throw in an ad. You can actually watch the weather without interruptions. For real. I mean, I sit there and I go, why do they do this? Is because it's like having mainstream cable connection and all your regular TV services, and that's what they do, like all the commercials that they force you to sit and watch that you don't need to see. So Brave browser, get Brave. Get Brave and get Brave. That's fine. I've absolutely loved Brave. Not had any trouble with it at all. You'll be amazed at how many ads have been blocked by one site that you're on because it will let you know how many ads it has blocked. Yeah, there's other stuff. I don't like the AI pilot thing, and I won't do it because I don't trust AI. Won't ever trust AI. It's artificial intelligence. Why do I want to entrust something that is artificial? It's like you have natural vanilla flavoring and natural vanilla extract, which I can make on my own, or I can go to the store and buy some artificial vanilla extract. Well, what do you think is the best thing? Let's think about that, really. It's just like our artificial food. I don't want artificial food. I don't want food that has bioengineered ingredients because it harms my body. So it's about being aware of what's going on in your world. And that might lessen some of the stressors. Because if you pay attention to what they're doing, it is literally to dumb you down, to keep you so in a state of schism that you're not able to think clearly, that you're not able to go, oh, hey, maybe I don't want Microsoft watching absolutely everything I do. Because, you know, they have snuck and put all my stuff on the computer into the cloud without my consent. Because they go in my computer and do what they want to. Because it's Microsoft. They don't give a shit about me. They just give a shit about my data. They give a shit on whether or not they can force me to buy something they want me to buy. or have my mind follow the direction in which they are leading me. And that's what it's about. So, take care of yourself. Try the Brave browser. Nobody says you have to stay there. You like your Firefox, you like your Google, you like your whatever, that's great. But at least try Brave. Really. It will lessen the stress in your life, in my opinion. Do some research on Linux. See if there is something that you would like so that you don't have to be spied on all the time. It's time for us to take back what is ours. Really. Don't have to be forced to do things we don't want to do. Knowledge is power, honey. It really is. Knowledge is power. Simply learn. That's all you got to do. All right. I think I'm done. Thank you for listening to me. You have an absolutely fabulous day. Really. Try Brave. You'll be amazed. All right. Thanks for being my friend. Bye, honey.